this interests me a lot. So the Motorola RAZR Plus, the one with the outside display that looks very much like the Galaxy Z Flip 5, is currently on sale on Amazon for $699, which obviously is $100 more than this phone right here that came out on October 19th, 6 days ago. Now, the point of this phone, right, because its MSRP is $699, it's a cheaper version of the Plus that you can get into the foldable phone market with. Now, if you're going to get, let's say, for example, a Motorola RAZR, you're probably right now, if you're smart, going to go with the Plus. Because the Plus is $699, as I just mentioned, on Amazon. Which, MSRP, $1,000. This MSRP is $700. So this is a cheaper version for someone, or a more affordable version for someone who wants to get into the flippable foldable phone market. And this phone, for the most part, is not bad. It's really, really amazing. So first off, it has 8 gigabytes of RAM. This is the 128 gigabyte storage model option. 32 megapixel camera. Obviously, this is the sage green color. Comes in a couple different variants, right? And while, yes, it does have no outside display, which kind of does suck, you're saving on money. So you're saving $300 by getting a zero outside display, which, in my opinion, is a positive when it comes to, how expensive some of these flippable phones can get when you get into all the extra, stuff. So it does have an all-day battery with a 4,200 milliamp battery. That is actually wow. And it comes with wireless charging and wired charging, which is awesome. Obviously, this is all the selling points. It comes with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, not Gen 2, but for a flippable phone, come on now, we don't... Gen 2 is overkill, that's what the Z Flip 5 has. I think you're going to be plenty fine at this price tag with a Gen 1 processor. You're probably not going to be able to tell the difference. And again, it really has everything you need to get into this, idea/market, which I think is a huge, great idea, great concept. And you can see right here, this is compared to, the Motorola RAZR Plus. So it has a 64 megapixel main camera, obviously a 32 megapixel front camera. The Plus has a 12 megapixel main, while a 32 megapixel front camera. So it's actually a better camera overall wise here, which is awesome. 1313, both of them are 13s. 6.9 inch display, 144 hertz. So if you want to get in that 120, 120 hertz kind of flippable phone market, this is a perfect time to do so. Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, 4200 milliamp battery. Again, it does come with wireless charging and wired charging, which is awesome. Storage options and 8 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, there's really no reason, if you're trying to get into a affordable flippable phone market and you want to try out, these phones, you would not get the Motorola RAZR. Now, right now, you wouldn't, because trying to repeat myself a million times in this video, but the Plus, right? The Plus is $799. So the Plus is better, other than the camera 64 versus 12 inside camera. Everything else, or sorry, outside camera, not inside, outside camera. Everything else is better on the Plus, and you're getting it for $100 more. Now, normally the MSRP is $1,000, so if, you're going off MSRP, then yes, obviously it's better to go with the, newer version, which is the, more budget type option. The Plus is obviously the better, has a beautiful outside display. It's very much like the Z Flip 5, except, again, it does not give you the, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, but still, it does give you everything else for the most part, and it gives you 165 hertz display rather than 120 on the Z Flip 5. Now, of course, the Motorola RAZR does give you a 144 hertz, which is still, again, better than 120 hertz. So, I'm interested. I'm interested, not for aspect of what I want to pick up personally, but I'm interested in seeing this trend moving forward when it comes to foldable, flippable phones. You know, variants of these phones that are maybe a lesser build, or kind of like a fan edition, what Samsung does, but maybe not really like that. Maybe just a, you know, more budget type option. And I feel like that would get a lot more people excited about these flippable phones if we see this across the board. Samsung, obviously, Motorola's doing it. It would be a really cool option. Again, maybe they won't end up doing this, but if I'm like a person who doesn't, or not in the flippable phone industry, or I don't really look at these and actually care about them that much, seeing it at $6.99 or $5.99 on Amazon, and thinking like, okay, it does have a pretty good camera, has a great battery life, you know, it has all these features, or it's $7.99 for this phone, it does interest me as a secondary device. And I think if you're thinking about picking up a secondary device and you're like, hey, listen, I don't want to spend an arm and a leg to get, you know, any of those foldable phones, whether you're looking at this phone, the Google Pixel Fold, or the Galaxy Z Fold 5, which are $1,800 phones, you know, in reality, this is not a bad option. It's not a bad option for a secondary device. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.